Okay, we'll start with the Mustard R30 dry fly, size 12. This is a moose mane crippled dun. So we'll just attach some tying thread. We want a nice even foundation of tying thread here, more or less all the way back before we start to tie in the tail. Now you can use what you like for the tail, but I'm using some dyed mallard flank. So what you want to do first is strip off all this under fur, all the fluffy stuff, and then you bring these 90 degrees to the hook shank, to the feather shaft, sorry, and try and level the points up as much as possible, like so, and then you can cut them off. And then we roll them, measure the tail. I like a long tail on this. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'll just spin my thread anti-clockwise to flatten out the thread, as I want a nice even underbody on this. So we'll go up to, it's about 2/3 of the way. I'll get rid of those now. And then we want another bunch, about twice the size of the first one, of mallard fibres. And I want this a bit longer. So about there, we'll tie that one in there. I'll show you a little trick for this, because in a packet of these mallard fibres you only get about 10 or 15 in a whole packet that are a good quality. So I'll show you what to do to make them more useful later on when we come back to it. So we go back now, tie down the ends of these over the thorax, and then what we want is to cut these at a taper, so we get a taper when we wrap the thread back on the body. And again, don't forget to flatten your thread by spinning it anti-clockwise. You get a flatter underbody with that. So when we put the moose quill on, so we'll just build up that tapered body now a little bit with tying thread. You don't need much because the moose mane will add to it as well. I think that'll do us. Good. So we've got our wing and our tail in now. Then what we want is some ginger or bleached moose mane. Yeah, excellent material, I use it all the time. So we take 2 fibres of that and we line up the points, not the butt ends but the points, and then we trim off just about 1 centimetre or so. And we'll tie these in and go back. Again, not forgetting to flatten your thread. And we've got to keep these fibres, 2 fibres parallel, and tie them right down into the tail base. Give your thread another spin. And then we'll go back up. Excellent. Then we can just tie these ends down. So keep the 2 quills, moose hairs parallel. I start at the tail base. We wrap them both at the same time, going up the body. You can see what a lovely quill effect you get from these 2 bleached moose mane hairs. Gives a really nice kind of ginger quill effect. And go all the way up. Oops. to there, and then we'll just wind our thread back and catch those in. Tie them down right into the wing, and then once in front of them just to lock it off and break them off. And we can go back like so. And we want a silver badger hackle. This is a whiting dry fly hackle, saddle hackle, and I've stripped off the reverse side of it. Now I want to spin my tying thread clockwise because I want it to go spin into a singular thread, not a flat thread. And we'll go around there like that, and then 2 turns behind, lock everything off, and then we bring the stem up, the butt end of the stem, and we'll go forward with that. And then we can start to wrap our hackle in nice tight turns, one in front of the other, all the way forward. I like to use, this is actually a perfect hackle size for a size 12. Now let me see here, and in my tweezers, right, on the reverse side of the hackle, what I like to do now is just strip off some fibres like that, spin the tying thread again clockwise, and then we go over with 1 turn just to lock it, 2 turns, and then we go back, forward, sorry, behind the hook eye, take our hackle plier, whip finisher, calling everything the wrong name today, and then we'll give that a couple of whip finishes in front of the wing, under it, to hold it up in position for the cripple wing. So we can now remove the tying thread, the hackle, and I like to get the tips level. So what I do here is I take my scissors and I catch the end of the tips just like that. They can't be serrated scissors, and I just didn't do that correctly. There we go. There we go. Just open that wing up, the fibres in those feathers, that feather fibres there. And there we go. That's the moose mane cripple done. What you can actually do as well, if you wish to make it sit deeper, is you can trim off the fibres on the underside. But there we go. Thanks for watching.